Alrighty. Sorry to take so long, guys. This is XX Howling XX coming at you live with another ESDL matchup. We're waiting for the teams to get started here before we get into the first picks and bans of the first game. Again, I'm your host, XX Howling XX. Please follow me on all social media as SFB Howling for Instagram and Unknown Howling for YouTube. All of the matches that we film here today will be posted on YouTube under that name. So just search Unknown Howling or EDSL and all the matches should come up. You guys having a great day? Let's get it. This time, our match is between not not there. Our match is between Abusement Park versus Against All Odds. Again, Abusement Park is on the right, and Against All Odds is on the left. As we're getting started with the picks and bans.
We must all make our choices.
Karma banned away. Belkaz banned away. Both really good AD champs. It looks like they're banning the bottom lane. Sejuani banned away. That's a jungle ban there. Kaisa,
You will pass the day in the void.
good AD carry.
But all my light puns would have brightened your day.
All right, and we got Yorick at the top lane. Very strong top laner, very heavy duelist. And getting picked into that is Orin. Orin, a usual for the Abusement Park team. So they're very used to playing around Orin and his good late game item pickups. As we take Jax into the jungle versus Kane. And we're taking Syndra into the jungle versus Cat into the jungle, into mid lane versus Cassiopeia. Or Cassiopeia. Mordekaiser banned away. And now Nautilus banned away. That real tanky support. You
Learn from your mistakes.
Riven banned away. She's really hard to get a hold of once she gets going. And Renekton banned away. His new updates has pushed him into a tier of his own. That shield breaker mechanic, crazy. But we got Draven versus Jinx. And we take the Blitzcrank. And the Nami. All right, and the Nami. Both teams got a very strong ADC. So this is mostly going to be who can protect their ADC the best. Who can keep their ADC from dying and let the rest of them excel. The jungle is going to be a fight fest. Kane is not as aggressive early. Neither is Jax, but Jax can get some things done. Syndra versus Cassiopeia. Not sure how that one's going to pan out. Jax and Draven needs to pan out to where they need to not let the other get ahead too crazily. Early game. The early game needs to be tamed and calmed down. Because anything more than a couple of kills, either one of these ADCs will take off and there will be no stopping them. All right, and this match is being brought to you by the EDSL. If you're not a part of the EDSL and you're hearing this voice, sign up. It's only $25. You get assigned to a team, and you get a caster like me to watch over your matches. You know, and the comments. loudly about what you're doing right and wrong. I mean, I know you want that, but let's talk quickly about the win conditions that both these teams have. The win condition seems to be feed the ADC. I like that as a win condition. It's very simple, straightforward, and has gotten a lot of teams through the LCS. Nothing crazy, nothing weird, just steady play. But the Draven is going to be my pick for the standout performer, because if Draven can get stacks on his passive and can get in, he will delete targets completely off the map. But again, that's having everything to do with the way he plays. Everything to do with the way he plays, and nothing to do with the way he's going to get snowballing. And as this goes on, it's gonna be each team is gonna have to stop the other one early. You can't do it late. It's got to be early. It's got to be super, super early. Otherwise, you're going to run the risk of messing up real bad on how your team's supposed to function. And you don't want that. Not at all. You don't want to do that at all. But we're going to skip all of the talk and let's get them right into it. And this is a first match of the night. All right. As we're waiting to load into the Rift, my co-caster is going to try to get on. Alrighty. All right, as we load into the Rift for game number 1.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Sorry about the short pause there, folks. We're getting right into the action. And it looks like team
30 seconds until minions spawn.
and it looks like against all odds it's going to try an invade here. Blue side. And it's just Nami and Draven on this end. If they I always mix that up, Black Media. I always mix that up. Always. But I get it spelled right when I'm making all the stuff. Alright. And it doesn't look like they're gonna try anything. It's gonna look like they're gonna let them go to lane. They see nothing, and they're gonna disband. They're just gonna go ahead and disband and let that go and break that apart. Alright, as they start in their regular, on their regular rotation. All right, nothing much going on in the game so far, just some standard play. Easy. Draven already starting to pick up the stack, pick him up good. Now that shield buster mechanic from Blitzcrank is only on his ult. But it's only on his ult, but once he gets it, it's really, really powerful. But picking Nami, who doesn't require a shield to be strong and healthy, is a good counter pick to that, because you're not worried about the shield breaker mechanic itself. All right, Jax looking for an early gank, but doesn't look like he's gonna commit to it, and definitely not going to get it. Nami bubbled him, but Draven wasn't either paying attention or missed the opportunity. Trying to make up for it now. Jackson Kane in the jungle, going at it over blue side. Turret comes down. Jax is forced to flash away. Good Lord. And that Nami bubble catches another one. This time Draven caught out. Running, ignited, turns back around, chunking down the robot. Mr. Roboto, you are almost in trouble there. But gets out. Misses his cue. Jax, clearing blue. Take that. Syndra trying to go for Cassiopeia, but missed her W. I believe her E. And this Orin fighting well, but the problem is trading, and Orin picks up first blood up top. You decided to trade on the wrong end. If you would have stayed on the side with your blues, you wouldn't have drawn minion aggro. But you had the minions hitting you in the back for so much damage. By the time you got to fighting Orin, you were already down by so much it was easy for Orin to kill you. Watch where you accept trades at. And the first kill going over to Abusement Park. And pulls under the tower. Tower's gonna take a shot, but takes down Jinx instead. Wow! You pulled her closer to Jinx, and he took advantage. Pulling minion aggro again. Again, Orin coming out ahead on these trades thanks to the positioning of Yorick. Taking the 2 tower shots, but the walking away clean. Orin up, 2 kills over this Yorick. You gotta be careful where you trade, people. Be careful. You look like you got some wave in your favor, but you're walking over to the red side to get the damage. Now you're putting yourself at risk of getting minion aggro. You're not losing that because you're not playing well. You're losing it because you're not respecting the minion aggro. And Jinx get chased down by Draven. A heal comes up. She's nice and healthy, but that doesn't back up Draven. Nami bubbles. But here comes Kane. Here to try to clean it up. Kane's gonna get out of there, but stop the pressure from Javen and Nami. All right.
A profane sacrament.
As the gold lead expands to almost 2K,
Take that.
Jax looks like he's trying to come down and expand that lead even further. There you go. Use the minions to jump on him. They don't do as much damage to him, but you're at least getting the sentiment. Good trade. That trade was in your favor. But it's still going to be a... Orin, going for him. Chasing him down using the fire. And chips at him. That fire chip is ridiculous. But thanks to a ward, he sees Kane coming and walks away. Mid lane, stunned. Nami, throwing water at Bubble, gets her caught, and Draven takes another one down. Cassiopeia's gonna die to ignite. An abusement park. Doing good. But against all odds, firing back. Now, if you're abusement park in this situation, you now need to start looking for, you got bottom running. Now you need to look for an excuse to all in down bottom, take the dragon, and push your lead, and start snowballing your lead. I want to see that next piece, or that next step. The god comes down. Yorick dodges it, but still gets taken down. You might have dodged God, but death is right around the corner. Or maybe they're going to play it on the opposite side of the map here, and they're going to take the top tower and then try to go get Rip Herald. Or as I call it, Shelly. Kane looking to want to stop this. I would advise against this, Kane. I'd advise against it. And here we go. And stuns him to the wall. Oh, and the mid coming up. And takes down Kane. Orin trying to walk away. Getting siphoned by the ghost. Flashing, running into the mid, Cassiopeia, trying to save his life. But as we transition down bottom, Cassiopeia may not get away with it. As they make it out, only one person going down. But we miss how the conclusion of the bot fight went, but we know that Jinx went down thanks because of it. As they start trying to take some plates from this top tower. That ghost siphons a lot of your towers down. And they're taking plates from down bottom. This is gonna expand gold leads, especially for abusement park. It's very important to take those plates while they're up. That's extra gold you're leaving on the table. And we always eat all our food. Over the corner. And like I said, abusement park looking to take this dragon, but Kane sitting in there looking to take it. Oh, I thought he was stealing. But he got stole on. Jax takes him down in the Baron pit. trying to steal and got stole on. That's the worst feeling. You hate to see that happen, folks. You hate to see it. Orin bounces him up. Taking so much damage from this Orin. Orin taking 2 tower shots. God gets called. Bounces him up again. Orin doesn't care nothing about your tower. Don't care nothing about, oh, but dodges. But gets taken down by the tower. So, let's ask the audience. Was that worth it for Orin to do? Was that worth it for Orin? I don't think so. You gave away that shutdown gold. Oh, as the fight goes, this time Cassiopeia coming out on top. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The minions help take her down. This is what I'm saying. Respect these minions. I don't like the minion movie, but in the game, the minions are running it. Taken down, Cassiopeia. Good Lord Almighty. Cassiopeia, you didn't respect those minions and they took it out of you. As our gold lead goes in to the 4K point. Little over 3K. Little over 3K. They're working on it. All right. So now I want to see Abusement Park. They took Dragon. What's next? What are you taking next? You should always be thinking of your next objective. As Jinx gets taken down, Kane comes down. Redemption given now. He's running for his life. Yeah, Draven's not gonna care. Got a flash and take him under the tower. Or Nordic God comes down, takes up, and down goes Yorick. An Abusement Park, killing from east to west, all over the map. But, as I always say in these games, you need to turn these kills into objectives. It's cool to have 13, 14, 15 kills, but look, take a look at the score. They are 8, 9 kills up on their opponents, but the gold lead is only 6K. This is what I'm saying, people. Turn them into objectives. Force pressure on the map. If you're not doing that, then you're killing them and not robbing them. And if you're going to go to jail, you might as well kill them and rob them too. It doesn't make any sense. You know, do both crimes at the same time. You only get 1 jail sentence. Oh, and this Yorick gets caught out bad. And Orin and Jax take him down quickly and continuing to push that top tower, turning these kills into objectives. As this lead is becoming insurmountable, Jinx finally getting behind the Blitzcrank. Running away. Nami Redemption comes down, but he can't receive it. He gets shut down finally. And Kane.
Shut down.
What a trap.
Blue team double kill.
What a trap they set. But the problem is, while you were busy getting those kills, your top tower is getting ransacked. Ransacked. Run amok. Messed up. There's no coming back from it. All words to describe what happened to your tower. That's the best part about it, man. The best part about the way Abusement Park is playing is somebody must have heard me, because they have turned it on, taking towers, pushing objectives, securing these objectives. You can even spend time. There's a Drake down. There you go. Look at them. They're moving toward Drake while they're trying to pick up the pieces of their fallen base. But against all eyes sees this, wanted to come down to steal it, but was too late. Kane, off from the side, pops up Draven. Draven sees him. Jinx, what were you doing so close as you get taken out by Cassiopeia? Kane gets taken down. Cassiopeia just firing out poison damage. More and more poison damage. Nami gets away. But you forgot about Jax as he comes down. Stuns her, pulls him under the turret. Jax didn't care but gets taken out by the turret. Woo! Ornn comes down and restarts the fight where it came up. The god's been called. They're taking out York ult and looking like they want to push. But if they overstay their welcome, they can be playing right into the enemy's hands. Here comes Kane. They're all back up. Draven gets an auto off. Jinx, baby, I see where you're positioned at. Get back. Jinx, why are you so close? You realize their whole team is on the other side, right? And Ornn is just standing there in the middle as if he's taunting them to come for them. Just taunting her. That's disrespectful, bruh. That's disrespectful, Ornn. That ain't even respectful, man. Ornn is just playing slide to the left. This Jinx trying to land a Q on him just to show him you can't move around me like that. Now they're spending a lot of time middle. There is no other objectives up. But I'd like to see a rotation toward the bot tower maybe. Nami all up, but Kane over the wall. Nami caught out in a bad position. That redemption is gonna get her out of it. Cassiopeia being healed up. The Nordic God pushes him towards her and gets taken down. Ornn not caring. Getting taken down. And Kane gets taken down. But gets taken down by York's ult. And Nami running for her fishy life. You overstayed your welcome, Abusement Park. You've overstayed your welcome. And against all odds are trying to make a pay for it in other ways across the map. Looking to push this bottom tower. Teleport coming in. It's Ornn. Just stopping their push of that bottom tower. Just there to stop the push. Don't want to give up free gold like that. You've got a gold lead and you're trying to mount it. So giving up free gold like a tower is a very bad idea. But good job on Ornn noticing that. Kane pops up Ornn. Syndra getting chunked down. Gets ulted on and gets taken out by the tower. Jinx trying to follow up. But now Abusement Park's damage has been taken down and gets pulled in. Nami gets taken down. And then we got Yorick as Cassiopeia gets taken down. Jax's side is pushing. But Blitzcrank goes back to deal with it. And Kane thinks that Jinx Ult stops him. Abusement Park. Y'all throwing. Y'all throwing. I don't know if y'all playing League of Legends or Major League Baseball, but you throwing. Get it together. Draven taking 2 down, but then getting taken down by Kane. Yes, you got the double kill, but Draven, you need to be alive in order for your team to take objectives. That's why they've been stalled around this mid tower for about 6 to 7 minutes. They've been stalled because every time they're looking to take it, you are dead from overcommitting. Stop overcommitting. Realize, yes, you're ahead. I get it. But it's not individual highlight time. It's team time. And your team needs you to be alive. As Jack's looking to solo this dragon for Blitzcrank. And oh, Blitzcrank and the gang came to make sure he paid. Draven, you're the powerhouse of this team. You really need to stay alive. So they can take objectives. As against all odds, or trying to go against these odds and taking down bottom turret. They're just gonna take what they can and leave. This is a smart strategy, playing from behind this way, taking objectives. Jax. This is a smart way for you to play if you're Abusement Park. It's a smart way for you to play if you're against all odds. If you're against all odds, what they're doing is they're playing around objectives, closing down that gold lead gap from 5 to 4. Now, it doesn't seem to be much. It's a slow burn. It doesn't sound like a lot. But that's what a slow burn does. Draven. And they finally take this down, this mid tower. While their top tower is under siege. Jinx, firing from behind. Here comes Kane. Coming in. Breaking. Gets taken down Orin. Jinx. Taken down. And Draven gets taken down. Nami running for her life and gets stung by Jinx. And Yorick takes down Jace and then Jax and an ace coming against all odds, showing you that it's not just a Tupac song. They can really go against all odds. As they're looking to siege into the red face. Abusement Park. Taking Baron Nassiter and taking a red inhibitor. That fight was in every way worth it. closing the goal lead, making them about even at this point in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, but you can put most of that just happened on the way they seized an objective. The way the objective you siege an objective is important. Understanding who needs to be alive and who can risk for certain plays is important for team dynamics. You want to make sure who's alive can push the next objective. In this case, they weren't alive to pull the next objective, so they couldn't. Now they're forced to deal with a team that's now even with them when they had the lead. And I hope this doesn't hurt their mental psyche and force them to make bad fights. Hopefully they get an intelligent fight and get this game back under their wings. But when it comes down, and Jax trying to take an inhibitor, takes it, gets pulled back, and loses his life for it while they're sieging the bottom tower. Draven got nowhere to go, flashes out, Nami. Redemption comes down. Again, they are sieging so much more of their base, their towers. Expanding their goal lead to 2,000, having the first goal lead of the game 4 against all odds. Crazy. Dragon. They're also picking up Dragon. Yes, it's a Cloud Drake, but it's important that that is off the map. So that way your opponents can't go take that. And the kills are about even, but the goal lead's about in the favor of against all odds. And if you're Abusement Park, you're looking at this like we had them crushed. And we let them back into this game. As they're looking to see the top tower, the Nordic Guard comes down. Nami ult comes out. Orange in the middle. They're looking to take a fight here. Blitzcrank goes down. They're chasing. Yorick pushing another lane. And Draven gets taken down. But then Cassiopeia takes it. Kane in invert. And takes down Cassiopeia. Jack is the lone survivor. As the middle turret goes down, and they're looking at the bot, turret. They're sieging too much too quickly. The Iran inhibitor goes down. Mid inhibitor goes down. They're looking for the bot inhibitor now. Jax, the only one left to defend. But you left Jax in one terrible position. As Orn comes up, and they back away. Their base being decimated by enemy minions. What can you do if you're Abusement Park? 2,000 gold down. You lost all of your towers. You can't stray too far from home.
Red team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Good God! What a turnaround for against all odds. Looking to jump on this Jax. They see the Jax over the wall. Tried to grab him, but Jax jumps away. all odds doing everything right, forcing them to stay home. You can't contest these big objectives. Now you can't come out into the map without worrying about your base being destroyed. Freeing them up for Baron Nashor, taking them vision into jungle and account. They're doing everything you need to do when you're ahead. And not hesitating, going right for their next objective. This one, Baron Nashor. Now, Abusement Park knows it. Using his orc to keep him out. And get pulled into the... You wanted in here. You wanted to get in here. Blitzcrank pulled you in. And Jax gets taken down quickly.
Blue team's inhibitors respawning soon.
He tried. He wanted to steal it so bad. He knows that it was over if they got it, and they got it. Against all odds, trying to seize the base. Amusement Park trying to get something going. Draven shot. Orin pops. Orin all comes down, but Draven gets taken down. Nami gets taken down. Orin gets taken down. The base getting taken down. Jax comes out. Jax gets taken down. And the Nexus looks like it gets taken down. And at 34 minutes, your winner is against all odds. Alrighty.
Was about the day in the void.
And we are back. How you doing? This time I'm joined by my co-host. Go ahead and introduce
What's up,
yourself.
guys? This is the Golden
We must
Pharaoh.
all make
Yeah, I
our
had
choices.
internet issues beforehand.
But he's made it for our second game, and we're gonna get it back. Kaisa and Karma banned away. So is this Blitzcrank that was annoying last time. Nami banned away. She wasn't as annoying, but I'm guessing they're just trying to get him out of comfort picks.
So yeah, I'm still waiting to see. So obviously they do the pro draft. I'm still waiting to see that Draven ban. Not because it was scary or anything. Yeah, he threw his
I
lead.
won't be denied.
But that early lane and looking up his stats, the guy
Yeah.
plays a lot of Draven. Interesting Malphite pick after the buffs. He seems. I haven't played with him a bit, but he
But they're
seems a bit
taking Rumble.
stronger.
But they're taking Rumble to deal with him. Silence in the jungle.
Silas pick. It could be jungle. Could honestly, those first two picks are big
Okay.
flex picks because you can play Rumble mid right now. It is one of the strongest picks.
That's
Has
true.
been for a couple patches. Silas can go top mid or jungle, or if you're savvy from way back in season 8, Rumble jungle. It still works, and I pull that out occasionally. Clears really quickly.
Rise as we're going into bands for set 2.
See, I like what Against All Odds has going here. It's 3 different flex picks. You don't know what is going where.
Yeah,
But
that's
on the
that
other
is
hand,
confusing.
I want to see a full AD bot lane. I'm talking an ADC and something like Pike, because all Malphite has to do, all Kayn has to do, is build a bit of MR in those 3 champions, especially when it comes to Rumble and Rise, since they damage with the same abilities over and over. You just build
Nautilus banned away.
Learn from your mistakes.
no, this has been
Wait, what's up, Riot? Riot. Jinx banned away. Nope, Jinx picked up. And they let him have the Draven again.
alright. So
This time with a Lux.
Against all odds is confidence saying, we seen your Draven, we ain't worried, you threw your lead. Let's see what you can do this game.
They did. They threw that lead pretty hard. Okay. There's not much change. There are not much changes in each lineup.
No. As
Not
we go
much-
into the game, I'm trying to remember, what is the item that came that builds out a Spectre's Cowl again? The second Spectre's Cowl item.
I don't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about. I could picture it in my head. But
Yeah. That item, you build that on Malphite and Kayn, and a lot of Rumble's damage is cut. Because pretty much Rumble is all damage over time. So you need to see this Rumble get ahead, this Rise get ahead, and this Silas get ahead. Otherwise, Abusement Park just has to build a bunch of MR, and it would all be on Jinx. And considering they have a Malphite, Kayn, and a LeBlanc, and a long-range snipe from Lux and Draven, that Jinx can die.
Right. The Jinx can die. Here's what I'm saying. Have you talked to the Draven? Have you talked to him between games? Saying, hey man, you played a little bit recklessly. Can we reel it in and get this W?
Personally, no, I haven't. We need to see if his team
You know?
did.
That's what I'm saying. Like have someone on their team, hey, talk to him. Hey Draven, you're getting a look that you were doing great, bro, but you got a little reckless. You weren't there for some key fights where we needed you. Can you chill out? And Draven goes, you know what? Yeah, I might have got a little rambunctious, and I'll calm down and help you out this time.
I mean, one of the issues as well is Abusement Park's top laner is way too aggressive.
Really?
you gotta dial it down a bit. I believe it wasn't he the was he the Ornn or the?
He was the Ornn.
Right, no, not him. Sorry. Avenged 34 against
Yes.
all odds. I forgot that they switched sides.
Right.
This Rumble has has a better chance now of fighting because unless he autos, he can poke that Malphite out without drawing minion aggro.
Right. Because the minion aggro is what killed him in game 1. Killed him.
So the Malphite has to realize that it's not going to be as easy. Minions ain't going to be helping him as much. He's got to do a lot more work this game. So I'm interested to see how Debibar plays it out.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with Debe Bar's style. He only did what he did in that game because Avenged let him. Because
Yeah.
Avenged let him. If he wouldn't have took all of that minion aggro, Debe Bar was fine just playing regular top lane. He's fine playing Harvest Moon. Dude's fine farming. He's perfectly fine with just sitting there and farming. I've casted a number of his games. Dude can play Harvest Moon. When he's in losing matchups, that's what he does. He plays Harvest Moon. He puts that game in and grows the biggest crop he can so he can help his team out in a late game. He's perfectly fine with that. It's just Avenged let him get away with that.
Now, again, Abusement Park doesn't have a true identity. Now you got LeBlanc could split push, but he's going Ignite instead of Teleport. Malphite isn't that great at split pushing, really. I mean, I haven't seen his buffs. I heard that his buffs have made him a lot stronger. But then you've also got...
But that's during the laning phase.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in team fights. But you also have to think about, okay, we got double teleport on the enemy team. We got a comp that can run 1-3-1. One issue that Abusement Park had last game was their minion wave management. There was a point where they were trying to get that mid lane turret, and they had like 3 waves crashing bot lane.
I talked so much about that mid lane turret, bro.
And nobody went to pick up that wave. That was a lot of gold wasted, that was a lot of experience wasted, and that's one of the reasons that against all odds was able to take objectives is they always had their minion waves pushing in.
Right. Well, we're about to see what's going to happen as we load to the rift for game number 2 of Amusement Park versus Against All Odds.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
He's back on the Draven. They let him have the Draven again. I can't believe that. With such a dominant
30
performance.
seconds until minions spawn.
Such a dominant performance on Draven. It's surprising that they let him have it again.
Oh, howling. By the way, if you press U, you can drop that bar on top so it only shows the champions.
Oh. That is very useful.
I got you, homie.
That's very useful.
Minions have spawned.
As you can see, you can always learn something new. That's why you cast. You always cast. You learn something new every day.
So, one thing I would have been interested in seeing, blue team has sort of a line of scrimmage set up. I don't understand why the support is under tower. Then again, okay, so Kane's not starting red, he's starting Raptors, that's fine. But, where Lux was standing, that Draven could have gotten invaded on and he would have died. Because they do not have a ward in that tri-bush, and Lux was just under tower.
Right. If they
So
want, if the enemy team wanted to pull something, they could have.
Exactly. Luckily for them, they didn't get cheesed, but the way I'm looking at Kane, the way I'm looking at Draven,
And you're
Draven's team, this bot lane, should be playing it, letting the Jinx Brawl push them in, since Kane is on the bottom side. Kane can level 3 gank this after he does his crows. But, again, Abusement Park is playing too aggressive.
they're not playing to the strengths of where their jungler is. I wonder if they're even aware of where their jungler is right now. Because that's something else that you need to do as like a bottom lane. Make sure you ward your jungle as well as the enemy jungle, so you can know where your jungle is to play smarter.
So another thing that Kane could have done, this is bad pathing. He is wasting time. Yes, you can start Raptors and all that. You're better off right
Whoa! And he got executed by Red Buff.
That's the thing about that new shield that
It does not work.
That Kane, it does not work on Silas. And Silas now, according to Mobalytics and Pro Guides, he is still as strong in the jungle, but now you have to play him kiting around.
Correct.
And what Silas should have done right there is he should have waited for his Q. His Q was coming up. There was no reason to dash in again and die to that, because now you don't get your red buff and you are behind. And when King comes up, if you fight for the scuttle, you know, right now there's a health advantage, but King can easily get that health advantage back. But if you were to fight, he has that red buff burn advantage.
Right. Jinx taking a huge hit. The shield is here for you.
Draven's going aggressive again.
But Jinx and Braun make it out.
So back to that early point, as a Kane player, get that red buff leash. Go into, take your E second, go over the wall, get Krug, then go to Raptors if you don't plan on ganking bot lane. Because what we saw is he ended up having to be here. I don't know if you can see the pings. And then he walked all the way back around towards his blue side. That's a lot of time being wasted. You know what I mean?
Right. But we're getting, as bot lane is pushed up, they're gonna back early. Kane ganking top, or at least trying to hold top down for Malphite, who's having a really tough time against this Rumble, as you stated during the draft.
Rumble is just too strong. He's always been a strong pick, and they buffed him a while back. I can't remember which patch it was, but it was this season. They buffed like his damage and how frequent his abilities come up, I believe. And as you know, I've been playing since end of season 4, World Season 4. So I've gone through the different roles. I've gone through a lot of the champions, and some champions I'll always go to when I'm stuck in a role or depending on the matchup. And Rumble, you know, after they put his E on a charge mechanic, it is a lot stronger because you can E once, hold on to it, kind of like Vi E, and then use it a second time in succession.
Trying to go aggressive, and that Brum pick showing why they picked Brum and left him with Raven, slowing him down as he tried to use his ability to speed up and come in. Brum just slowing him right back down.
Not only that, you have to also think about if you want to auto the Jinx, you can't go through an Unbreakable.
That is true. This time we got a gank from Silas, trying to catch up. Draven running back. Chitin. It got ignited.
Oh,
stuck.
Jinx now.
Jinx barely making it out.
Oh, that's what I call stealing.
Kane looking to take advantage where he messed up, but whoa, gets spotted out by Silas. Forced to flash over the wall, and everybody backs out.
See, unfortunately, blue team has been playing up so aggressively, but without vision. You could have prevented your summoners from being blown, but you didn't drop at least even a trinket ward. Like that control ward, that's Kane's control ward, I believe.
Yes.
And they haven't had vision at all bot lane, and it's 7 minutes into the game. But now this is a smart call because they know that the enemy bot lane has to back. Silas would basically be suiciding going into this to try and get it.
And looks like he's gonna do it. He gets caught by...
I don't think Kane's gonna die. No. Okay. I thought Kane was gonna die because he didn't have smite. Man, be scaring me like that.
Lux ignited. Haddix might feel a red buff. And though Rumble is pushing him out, he's doing very good at keeping up with farm and CS. Only 5 CS down.
That also has to deal with the fact that they made Malphite easier to farm with. In Rumble, this is not me trying to make excuses for the Rumble player, but Rumble's been always one of those hard champions to farm with unless you just farm with your Q. And even then, that's not reliable, especially not early. Because look at Rumble's autos. Look at his auto animation. It is slow. It is clunky. Even in that skin that makes it smoother, it is still just super hard to auto with.
Kane over the wall, trying to take advantage of Rumble. The equalizer comes down. They're running away. Kane is inside of him, but he goes down there. First blood goes over to Abusement Park.
Yeah, see, playing shoved in pays in dividends when you
and Brom
coordinate.
gets stuck at the wall. Draven chewing him down. Now turning their attention, getting stunned by that Brom pop. Draven forced to run away. Jinx getting caught, and ulted by Lux, and he goes down. Silas came in. Nice move, LeBlanc.
Stacks does... So Draven has 203 stacks. That Draven gets a kill, he is cashing in big time. He's not only getting that, you know.
And there's that kill you were saying he was cashing in on as he takes down Brom under tower.
That's 435 gold from the cash in. I'm gonna rewind on my end just to see how much gold exactly, and I'm gonna tell you. So 300 gold for the kill, plus 435, plus 80 for the tower plate. This man is rich. This man is rich. He got his tax return and his baby mama money.
Jesus. And not much going on mid lane. They are harassing each other, but Top lane. They seem to really be playing. They seem to be wanting to play around bottom lane a lot.
Which I don't think is what you need to be doing as, I believe blue is abusement park, correct?
Correct.
You need to be playing around top and mid. Why? Top and mid is getting constantly pushed in. And you just seen your bot lane got 2 kills, 2v2. You don't need to worry about them right now. Get your top and mid ahead because...
And here comes LeBlanc, trying to get something going. Jumping in on Jinx. Rooted her. She's stuck. Draven chewing her down. And LB taking her down. Another kill goes over to Abusement Park.
There we go. Like I said, you want to get your mid and your top into this game. Because your mid and your top, your mid's gonna be able to assassinate that Jinx, and Braum ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it.
Braum getting chewed down. He seals up,
Draven's
but it's not enough to save him. Draven.
274 gold plus 93 plus 20. This Draven is just
Yanking.
oh my god. He now's got that what's it
Now,
called? That credit score of 750.
Now, again, just like game 1, we were looking at Abusement Park with a very big lead. Let's see this time if they can capitalize on it.
What they need to do right now, they wouldn't be able to do it just because Silas is invading on the
And Kane fighting
Kane,
him,
you do not win this fight.
fighting him, and it looks like he is. Barely getting out.
No, Abusement Park's gonna lose that one.
Oh, and the equalizer goes down. Comes back in. Kane gets Lux. Wow.
That should be a dead LeBlanc.
And LeBlanc is flash.
He tried to predict the LeBlanc dashing back. That was well played.
Malphite getting jumped in on. Oh, and his fire just ran out.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was not a fight that blue team win. Malphite missed his ult, and as soon as he missed his ult, you gotta just consolidate your losses. You gotta get out of there.
Unfortunately,
Kane did get a trade kill, yes. But
Yep.
you end up trading, I believe, what was it? Traded 2 kills for 2, so even, but blue team has the gold lead still.
right.
So it worked out in blue team's favor, but in general, when you miss key ults like that, you gotta consolidate your losses. LeBlanc waited around too long. There was no reason LeBlanc should have waited. You're too low. Just back out. Let
Right.
them fight. But instead, the Rumble gets a kill on
And here
the
we go
LeBlanc.
again, as we're starting to play the same game as we did last time, where we have, against all odds, looking to take Dragon. Again, this slow, methodical play.
Turret plating will soon fall.
This very slow, methodical play coming out on the side of against all odds.
Howling, the stream is dropping a few frames.
I wonder why that is.
Alright, there we go. It got readjusted.
I want to apologize for that one, stream.
So right now we got blue team starting up Dragon, another Ocean Drake, but we've got red team there. There's the Rumble.
And
Dragon's about to die.
Get caught out.
Assassinates, but she's about to die too.
Kane.
Kane goes in. Kane finishes off Dragon. Nice.
Nice.
Lux lands it.
Abusement Park, not
Crucial
letting them
skill
have.
shot.
Oh, and right over that, right over the wall, gets blown up.
Listen.
And this time, not taking no time at all to clear that mid tower Abusement Park looking like they should have looked in the first game.
Rampage.
Good Lord! Look, sniped her from so far! You could have sworn she wasn't the ADC!
We're 0-5 and 4-5. We're looking at a 7-0-10 bot lane.
Good Lord.
I don't think Starcat's good on regular supports, but he's showing me up. But at the same time, he ain't playing Lux support like it was being played in the last few patches. He's actually playing Mage Lux bot lane.
And it's
Because
working out.
They did nerf, you know, that.
And this
support
Rumble
capability.
chased down that Malphite, took him out. Showing
Right now we see
against all odds, showing that they still have some strength. Silence backs up, going in, and gets
That's one
eaten
dead.
alive.
to the Draven.
Silence getting eaten alive. Now Rumble forced to run.
Oh, I think
Kane!
Draven smells blood in the water.
Abusement Park. That Lux out keeping him still. And Kane goes in for it. Inside the body of Braum. Comes out, rips him out,
They're doing the tower aggro correctly.
and
Oh,
takes
they're
him
almost
down. LB taking the tower shot for the team and taking him out. But blue team loses a turret for those kills, but trying to take a turn on top of themselves instead. Turning kills into objectives. Abusement Park coming away with a 9K goal lead.
Now I will say something. I do not understand why it's 17 minutes in and this Kane is not transformed. Please tell me this man is not going blue Kane. Please tell me he did not have his form for the longest time and he's been waiting on it, because this game they need. No, he's going blue Kane. He's got a Dusk Blade. They do not need on Abusement Park. You don't need another assassin. What you need is red Kane, because you need to survive. You need another frontliner or a bruiser. That tower dive almost went bad because Draven started tanking the tower and barely lived if it wasn't for the Lux shield.
Right. LeBlanc going.
I mean, I understand that.
Ooh, LeBlanc
Blue Kane
went
is
in.
fed.
And almost ended up in a bad spot as they're looking to seize that second mid lane turret. Rumble.
There's Draven being aggressive again. Now, I understand that this Kane is fed, but you would have been better off helping Malphite be a bruiser, because look at Malphite's items. This man's building Rod of Ages 17 minutes into the game, or 18 minutes into the game.
Into Rumble. Splitting him open. Rumble running for his life. The equalizer comes down, but gets taken. Finally gets taken down by Kane, who walks away with a sliver of life.
So, I understand the blue team is so far ahead, but this might come back to bite them in the ass. They are building. Malphite has a Rod of Ages built, pretty much. Kane went blue Kane. You do not have enough heal /
Draven.
engage for.
Wow! Lux. Jinx is gonna cut her losses and can't defend that turret, as they're now sieging mid turret and bottom turret. They're looking like an engine who's finally got up to roost, and they're going in, taking another tower, expanding this lead. They're expanding this lead. Look at him. It looks good, don't it?
Blue team is playing.
Ooh, and that Kane
that's
goes
what I
down.
said. Kane's not going to be able to, you know, power dive like that as blue Kane. You're playing an assassin. That means you got to get that kill and get out. Can't dilly-dally in there for a long period of time.
That Lux almost took out that Jinx again. Draven turning it on, getting it in. Jinx gets stuck.
Goodbye, Jinx.
And goodbye, Jinx. The equalizer comes down. They're looking to shut down the mid lane.
Oh, Jinx.
Oh!
It
But
does
oh
not matter
my
if she makes
God,
theirs,
Lux!
Theirs or not.
This Lux blew up Rumble. Oh All of his pieces and parts are everywhere. Somebody pick him up. But at the
My
same
God,
time,
it does not
they're
matter.
sieging bottom tower. Their bottom lane is a distraction as they push more objectives.
So you remember what I talked about in the early game? Well, seems like, you know, that double TP did not matter, and red team is not playing to their strength. Yes, you have a really good team fight comp, but you're also a 1-3-1 comp. You've got
Right.
the double TPs, you've got Rumble and Rise can split push. At the same time, I was praising this team for their wave management early game, but it seems like blue team's listening to everything we said, and they're now the ones implementing what red team was doing last game. They're
Right.
the ones pushing the waves. Like, look at Rumble, look at Jinx. They both have to answer to the side lanes because there are massive waves pushing in.
And the problem
What
is
does this do?
they're leaving these objectives open for abusement park to take freely without having to contest anything. Because you're not in a position, you have to go look for your side lane and making sure your base isn't getting pushed in.
But here's the other issue now that Abusement Park isn't doing. Abusement Park is not pushing up their vision line. Look at the blue side wards. It is dark. You need to push
And they
up.
get taken out by Lux. It's the story of the game.
That's exactly what I said early game, is that if, like I said at the beginning, if the top, jungle, and mid do not roll through, you don't need to worry about like AD damage. What you need to worry about is, you know, that Jinx is getting rolled on. She's gonna get destroyed, and your comp has so much magic damage.
As they're running it down mid.
This is GG. This is a massacre.
Good Lord, is it gonna end at 22, 23? Good Lord!
Well, there goes Jinx again.
Jinx died to LB. It was so fast. I didn't even know what's happening. All I saw was 2 flashes of light and a dead Jinx. That's the description I gave the police as they take it, damn cower. They steal it, and they're gonna steal this game. Kane.
See, blue team is focusing on padding them stats when you should be focused on that Nexus, because now you gotta back out.
Yeah.
With your health bars that low, you gotta back out. So
Gotta
it's
get
not
out.
over yet.
Woo!
Not necessarily over yet.
I thought this was gonna end at 22.
Now they gotta go to that Baron and just that one red ward is about to expire. This is a free Baron. They have the health bars to do this Baron. Malphite tanks, Draven has healing, Lux has shielding,
And the red
but
team
they're
forced
choosing not to do it.
and they're forced to deal with their base right now. Red team can't contest. They're forced to deal with the damage you've done to their base. Rumble, looking to ward. Getting spotted by a blue ward. Almost popped by Lux. Red team trying to get some vision back in their own jungle.
Hey, Howling?
Yeah.
Do me a favor and look at Lux's items real quick.
Okay. Oh my God, is that 24?
Yeah, that's 25 now. A fully
God.
stacked magic is on that Lux.
Good Lord.
Let's just turn into a solo queue game.
Running up. Wow. Silence got ulted and died quickly.
Now, I will say, I don't understand the point of the Rod of Ages that was not completed till 20 minutes on this Malphite.
Done. Taken down.
Like, I guess it's one of those games at this point where you can do whatever you want, but why? Why not just build tank Malphite?
Well, it don't look like it's gonna matter. Because for some reason,
Blue team's got this. This is a massacre.
and Jinx takes it taken out by Lux.
LeBlanc and Lux are just absolutely destroying this Jinx. This Jinx This Jinx that was not
Can't
allowed
even
to
get
play
her
League
footing.
of Legends.
At 25 minutes, Abusement Park taking the win.
Liz Jinx was just not allowed to play League 090, 060 Braum, 032, 15 Rise, 151 Silas, and 37 and 1. God, that was a massacre.
What? What? Abusement Park played great League of Legends that game. Very good League of Legends. Do I even need to look at this damage chart? Because I
I
don't.
want to say, okay, I'm
I don't.
gonna take a bet right now. Lux outdamaged the Draven.
Correct. You didn't even have to guess that. The Lux caught.
Good God, man. I mean, 18,000. That wasn't a high damage game, but
Nope.
still, like
It
Lux,
didn't last. It didn't last
Draven-
that long. It didn't last that long to be a high damage game. It didn't have
Yeah.
to. It did not last. Man, when I tell you it did not last, ladies and
That was
gentlemen,
a clinic.
that was a clinic. That was a clinic on how to snowball a lead. Clinic. That's exactly.
I will say, Team 2, Red Team, y'all did not play to your strength. You guys started falling behind, and you were like, okay, let's throw everything at bot lane.
Woo. That was
When
yeah, when you had a mid and a top that was doing damage.
what you
Malphite was
needed
pushed
to
out.
do, what y'all needed to do, was you needed to focus on your 1-3-1. You had the double TP that you never used
Nope.
to gank bot lane.
That did not come into play at all. But I figured it didn't come into play because of how oppressive their bottom was. They didn't want to give the Draven more targets to kill.
The Draven in a lot of the fights lived with like slivers of health though.
Yeah, that's true.
A double TP would have changed that around. You focus that Draven down, he is dead. Braum tanks up all the damage for you, and you free hit. You've got Rise with his snare, Rumble with his slows, Braum with his stun, Jinx with her slow. There is so much CC. They would not have been able to rotate in time, and by the time they rotated with your early game damage, you would have killed their bot lane, and you would have been able to transition to looking, okay, who's coming down to assist? They die too.
Well, because they didn't do that. They let Abusement Park steamroll a small lead. That Draven got paid to show up here tonight. Paid. Every time he killed someone, he was paid. He had stacks on stacks.
Alright, his first cash in, he had 203 stacks. I was like, looking at that, like I said, I had to rewind my end of the game. That man cashed in on 300 gold from the kill, 435 gold from the cash in, 80 gold from the tower plate, and let's not forget the assist gold from the Braum kill thanks to luck. Or the Jinx kill. I forget who died first. I think it was Jinx died first to Lux, and then Draven got the kill on Braum.
Correct.
So that man went back to base. Like he already had, if I remember correctly, he already had a Vamp Scepter. I think he came back with full boots and a BF sword.
And there was no stopping him after that. None. They just
He steamrolled from there, and the problem is, like I said earlier, when I saw LeBlanc get killed for free, I was like, this is Red Team's chance to turn this around. Your Rumble just got kill and an assist. Play around him.
right.
Wait for him to group up with fights and drop that ult. But instead, y'all still played in your lanes for the longest time.
Y'all had a chance to go around and affect other lanes and did not do it. I see what you mean there. But, of course, being scared does that. This is the second time Abusement Park started off with a lead that was insurmountable. That lead was heavy. All right, heavy.
Yeah.
But this time they capitalized off it. Draven stayed in pocket somewhat. Yes, he was a little bit rambunctious, but he stayed in pocket this time. He
Well, I
wasn't
think it
diving
was
all.
mostly due to the Lux. Like, let's just be honest. only reason, the only reason that bot lane won so hard in comparison to game 1 is Lux just went, okay, I'm gonna take these kills. If you get some, boo boo. But I'm gonna take these kills, and I'm gonna carry this game. I'm gonna snipe this Jinx every time I see her.
Bruh, and that Jinx was just living her life and gets killed. She was just living
That
life.
Jinx got killed by LeBlanc, and she got killed by Lux over and over. Lux from very far. And what did I tell you? I said if that LeBlanc gets unleashed, Rom ain't gonna be able to save that Jinx.
You said it. You said it, man. And I didn't know how true it was gonna be until she died like that.
Yeah, well, she got like double tapped. It was like poof.
Boom, poof. She was gone. But
Houdini over here just did a disappearing act.
right. But abusement park, you didn't do perfect. You did a good. It was a clinic. It was definitely a clinic, but you didn't do perfect. There's always something to work on, and we will make sure you get the tapes so you can work on it.
Like, I'm going on the web check, trying to see if I can see this match. No, I can't see the match history. I wanted to see the gold graph.
All right.
One of the teams can grab me the gold graph for that.
I can pull up the gold graph because I'm still
Gold
in it.
earned. Well, I'm still in the lobby too, but
No, I'm in
where you
the
pull?
gold income gold earned.
Oh, I see it. This is what I switched to. Yeah, look at that Draven. Look at his goal. That's from cashing in. Followed by Lux. Followed by LeBlanc. No, K-Neck.
Yep, Kane made the second most amount of money. Kane.
And Lux, like, the only person that had less money than Red Team was Malphite, and that's to be expected.
Yeah.
When 4 out of the 5 members have so much more gold than you.
Malphite was broke. Like, let's get this straight. Malphite was broke.
Malphite, okay. Malphite,
Like, you did
buddy,
good,
let's
Malphite.
talk.
You did
Let's
good,
talk
Malphite,
real
for being
quick.
broke. You was broke.
Let's talk real quick. You could have built Abyssal Mask if you wanted to go the Catalyst route. You could have built... You know what? I'm about to go and check out the items real quick, because it's killing me not knowing what that item is called. I forget what it is.
Yep.
Well, where would it be under collection? Items. There we go. Spectre. Oh, you have to create. Whatever. Let's create a new item thing.
Spirit Visage?
No, not the Spirit Visage. I think it's.
I don't think we're talking about Spirit Visage, but good job. Thanks, Suki. If that's how you say your name. Suki XX Suke? Adaptive Helm?
Adaptive Helm. Thank you.
Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Shout out Oh, bruh. Shuke. Shout out Shuke.
Yeah, Adaptive Helm that game. Malphite. There were so many times that you looked like you were getting battered up and bruised up. Same with the UK. Just build that Adaptive Helm. You negate pretty much all of Rumble's damage. You negate pretty much all of Ryze's damage. Almost all of Ryze's damage. And then, I believe you would negate Silas's passive damage.
Yep, because that is
That well, it's not only that, it's more of you with Spectre's Cowl, like the description. What is it? Or not, with Adaptive Helm, what does it say? Taking magic damage from a spell or effect reduces all subsequent magic damage from that same spell or effect by 20% for 4 seconds.
So
that keeps on stacking. The longer that they keep damaging you, 20% of Rumble's damage is huge because Rumble's not a burst mage.
no.
He's a damage over time champion. And when you take away 20% of his damage consistently, and you have like your Malphite, you're tanky, you win those trades, believe it or not.
Right, but he played it. He played it extremely well, not giving over too many kills to the Rumble. Like, yes, I agree, he could have played it better, but he didn't play it too bad. Where he didn't give up too many kills to the Rumble. The Rumble wasn't like crazy, and that's what I think the best part about Abusement Park play was. They play crazy, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of a controlled chaos. You know, they go crazy, they do moves you don't expect, but it's controlled. They only go to a certain point, and then they try to reel it back in. Now that first game, they went a little far, and against all odds, just took advantage.
So with that being said, I just got a random game invite. I looked at the stream. I was like, was that an invite from the guys? It wasn't.
No.
That being said, y'all could have gotten Herald and pushed your lead
Woo!
earlier and faster.
I was
Shelly would have been knocking on them doors, going, "Hello, motherfucker."
yo. Shelly would have been very good for them to get, but again, this was playing around objectives. They went directly for towers, so I couldn't disagree with them going directly for towers if they were available. Towers.
No, I don't disagree either.
You know, I mean, Shelly was definitely available. She was available the entire time, but I can't disagree with them not going for her over towers. Which is why it's really hard to criticize Abusement Park in this game, because they went for something. At least it wasn't the first game where they stood around and didn't go for anything at all.
I wanted to talk about that as well if I had been on like the casting desk with you. I watched that, after I got my internet fixed back up.
Right.
Y'all stood around. Periods of time.
Period.
Like mid lane, for example, just sitting there, Orange going like,
I knew you were gonna say mid lane.
Scratching his head, going like, "Man, that Poro really stole my egg out of my hand."
Bruh, real? Yo.
Oh, you've never seen Orange, like one of his animations?
Yeah,
He cracks an egg on his hand, and then the Poro looks away for a second, Poro steals it. That's literally what it looked like. He's just contemplating, sitting there. Did that Poro really just steal my egg?
Like, bruh.
And it's not even like he was building any items for anybody. Just, if you're gonna stand there as Ornn, use your hammer, buy an item.
But the thing is, right? They sat around, and I'm not making excuses for them. It was a bad siege. And the reason why it was a bad siege in my eyes is because when they wanted to siege, Draven, during the, you get the fight before the siege. Draven was always diving on the tower, trying to get and dying. So who was left to do damage to the tower?
Nobody.
Not the Nami. The Nami's not gonna do it. You had Cassiopeia, but she died too. So there was no one alive to siege the tower that had a lot of damage, which is why what I wanted to see was Draven to live through these fights, and they pushed him. And in the second game, somebody must have heard me on their team, because that's what he did. He stayed alive during those crucial points. Like, okay, we're gonna fight here at Dragon, but Draven, stay alive, okay? Stay alive, little buddy. And
so let me remind you of something real quick.
Go ahead.
Now that I just remembered it, I remember I was gonna help you as an analytical voice way like a couple weeks ago. Or last week when we seen Abusement Park play.
Right.
When you were casting that game against, I forget who they were playing against, where they had the issue and everything. The enemy team banned his Draven, and I remember him talking about it in the post-game lobby, going, why'd they ban my Draven, man?
Right, why'd they ban the Draven? Yeah.
If you guys have been playing against these guys for a season now,
Right.
and yet you're still gonna let him have his Draven? Sure. You know, he got greedy. He died last game. Let's just be honest.
Goon
The man
Squad.
got the kills
Thank
early.
you, peoples. That's who they played. They played Goon Squad. That's who
Yeah.
they played. Shout out Peoples 24. Yo.
And y'all are gonna let him have that Draven, and then you let him have it again the second game.
That's the part
Probably
that
after
bugs
somebody-
me. Yo.
Probably after somebody yelled in his ear like, "Cut the shit! You ain't Tyler 1."
Bruh, no. What? No, I'm talking to directly to. Oh, man. Against all odds. Why did you let him have it the second time? You seen what he did with it. Like, force him on to something different.
And then don't force the support on a coddle support. As we've
Oh,
seen out of
by the
both
way,
games.
Peoples is actually the Draven. So they're saying that they wanted to ban Draven, but for some reason they went for Nami over Draven.
No, I was about to say Peoples is the LeBlanc because I seen his name.
Oh no, you're the Blanc. My bad, bro. My bad. But wait. Why Nami over Draven? That makes it even worse. You banned a support who did almost
Nothing.
other than her ult a couple of times, moving your team around and scuffling you guys around. She was handled. She was in pocket. It was the Draven that was crazy.
Right now we're just waiting on you guys to set up the next lobby.
Oh no, there is no next lobby. I think this is not a playoff match.
Is it not playoffs?
I don't think this is a playoff match.
No.
Yes.
Because last week it was playoffs
in
for
hindsight,
them.
your ban was yes. How is that hindsight? You should have known that. Did you not see the Draven? Did you not take 2 seconds to look at the damage? Because I watched that game. Y'all did great, but I would have not let him have that Draven. Y'all did a good job from playing from behind. You did a great job of playing from behind. But your bans the next game should have been Draven. Get him off of this character. I don't care. Get him off this champ. No, that was too much. Because, again, you went Jinx into Draven. Draven and Jinx. Draven wins that 9 out of 5. 9 to 5. As faithfully as I got to go to work, Draven wins that. Okay? Like, people.
Unless you play something like an Alistair or a Leona support. You play something that can lock him down, make him drop his access.
And then the best part about it is, Abusement Park locked away the one character that puts him in check. Nautilus. For both games, he was banned. Both games, Nautilus was banned. And if Nautilus would have been able to come through and do his job, Nautilus could lock him down, CC him up, follow him up and get damage, and then that lets Jinx come behind, shoot, and no matter who his support is, you can't stop him. He pops W, got a huge shield. He's just a massive CC walking towards you. Even his auto attacks is CC. Staggering blows stops him. Where you going?
I mean, if you're gonna let the Draven go through, then pick another early game ADC.
Okay,
Don't
hold on.
pick a scaling ADC.
And I was going to
into a
address that
Draven.
too. Okay, so Blitz and Thresh ban. All right, so when it comes down to Blitz or Thresh, or Blitz and Thresh, neither one of them gave you the problem. The supports are going to be a support. As an ADC, you can play around that. But what I notice is when I'm playing games, right, and I'm going directly against somebody, I want them to be as uncomfortable as possible. because when they're uncomfortable, they make mistakes. And you want them to make as many mistakes as you can. So, get him off the Draven because again, he knows every single bit of Draven. You can look at him. This boy heard it's the League of Draven and just went into it as a Draven main. He's like, you know what? It is the League of Draven, and that's all I'm gonna play. And he became the Draven main of Draven mains. Okay? So get him off the Draven, not because, oh, we can't handle Draven. It's okay to say that you can't handle a champion and you need him banned right now. You can go in the lab and figure out how to get him later, but right now he was too much of a detriment to your team. Now, Peoples probably has an extensive library of ADCs that he could play, but his most comfortable is Draven. And I would, well, not Peoples, because not Peoples.
He was the mid laner.
You were the mid laner. But your ADC had an extensive lineup of ADCs that he could probably play, but he's most comfortable on the Draven. And it should have been banned away because the damage chart and the gold chart made that lead exponentially worse. Because Draven
this is a comment directed at you, Peoples, to direct at your top end jungle. If you're gonna go with Draven as your carry, and y'all have a LeBlanc, then do not go Blue Cane, and for some reason do not build
this dude
a 20-minute Rod of Ages on Malphite.
This dude will not let that go. This dude.
It wasn't even that he built the Rod of Ages, he completed it like 20 minutes into the game, howling.
Bruh, but
So it wasn't even useful.
I can't say it wasn't useful. They still won. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, if you, the other reason why I'm talking about Blue Cane is you already have an assassin.
Right. You have
And
LeBlanc.
you have the long range. I'm calling Lux. I'm sorry, she ain't a mage. After
No.
we seen that game, that's an assassin. That's a long range assassin.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Lux would definitely be called a long-range mage assassin. She was killing you from afar. She was killing you from afar. Like, you couldn't even run. You was walking around living your life. Poor Jinx. Trying to get some farm. Like, you loaded up Harvest Moon. And, like, you...
And all of a sudden, it's like anime style.
Like,
Like, you're
yo.
already dead.
Like, yo.
Like,
You're already dead. You already did. Nani? Yeah, I swear to God. Bruh, she's like loading up Harvest Moon's poor girl, trying to get some farm to get back in the game. Like, hey, I just need to farm. I just need to hey, is that a light? Bam! That's it.
Okay, so the jungler can hear me. My guy, you waited almost 20 minutes into the
My
game
God!
to transform. Kane is at his weakest in base form.
Yo,
I'll tell
my
you
dude
right now,
said
'cause
my
I
guy.
do play a lot of Kane. Kane is at his weakest in his base form.
Yo, my guy.
The whole point of Kane and his transformations is
Right.
you want to be out on the map trying to get that transformation as early as possible and affecting, because you know you got lucky this game. Let's just be honest. Silas for some reason decided to go in and get executed on red buff. And I'm not saying lucky as in you didn't play well. No, I'm saying lucky as in Silas was not affected.
No.
He got eliminated on red buff at level 2 when his Q was coming up and he could have waited, but for some reason he shackled back in. Why would you go Red Cane against that team?
Oh, he's
Survivability.
listening. Let's
No,
go.
I know. Survivability.
Yeah, my
The
silence was
reason
dope.
being, you dove
Yeah.
a few times and died for it.
Yo, I don't know why. I don't know why, bro. We were sitting here. I'm sitting here like, no, he is not about to die to red buff, and he died to red buff. But
I think Shuke is the Silas. Like, dude, you had your Q. If you are looking at that VOD, you had your Q coming up. Wait, you had that camp kited. It was coming back. It wasn't losing aggro anytime soon. Wait, because as soon as you died, your Q.
yeah, he was Silas.
spoke about that in the VOD. I'm like looking
Yo.
at it. I'm like, why would you dash back in?
Yo.
Silas is still strong, but because he has a magic damage shield, you now have to kind of play him like a kindred. You
Yeah.
have to kite the camp around.
Yeah. That change really hurt.
You can't brute
That rank-
force it anymore.
But wait. Oh, your mind was on autopilot. But wait, why did you... Wait, who did you play in the first game? Who did you play in the first game as a jungle? Did you play he didn't play Sejuani. Who did he play? Who was your first jungle? Oh, and they took it from you. And they took it from you. I was wondering why you didn't just, because you were really effective on Kane. So I'm guessing that's why they just took it from you.
Here's my thing. If you know that you're not going to get something and you have it priority, if you're red side, you ban that first round.
Yo.
You ban that every time.
But
And-
I would have seen Sejuani. Oh yeah, they were either picking it first or banning it. They weren't playing around. Cause that Kane was a monster for them the first game around. Absolutely monstrous.
Shuke, was it your team that just straight out banned supports, or was it the other team? Like I look at it and there's like
No.
I think it was the
It's
other
Suke's team. No, it was him. That was
Like,
his team.
Thresh, Blitzcrank, and then I think what Nami banned. I'm just like,
Yep.
what is going on? What is the point?
What is the
It
goal?
was the other team. It was the other team. Why'd y'all ban 3 support?
We banned Thresh and Blitz. Did you not want to get pulled? Is that was it? Oh, because they banned their support.
I mean, still.
I get it. I get it. Retaliation, but bruh, what's retaliation if you didn't win the game?
No, they're the ones that won.
Oh yeah,
Um,
wait, they won.
No, but back to the whole question about Kane. Why go red Kane? There were a few tower dives that almost went bad.
Pre-game scouting said that there was only 2 supports he played, so they banned the supports, hoping to push him on to a support that he wasn't comfortable with.
But let me ask you that: was he really?
That dude put up his
That's
score.
scary.
He put 9-2.
No. You're fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying because there was no opposing jungle pressure,
Your stats.
you were able to do well.
9-2-6.
But in a game like that, you're trying to blow up. First of all, Blue Kane's damage is magic damage. That's why a lot of high challenger Kane mains will actually build Sork boots.
Oh, he said that's why he
So-
went Blue Kane, because he knows it's magic damage. And I'm guessing.
But here's the thing: against Silas, if Silas was effective, he can negate a lot of your damage with that now magic damage shield.
Yeah, that's a good
Silas
point.
is now a better Kassadin and Galio.
Mm. No. Our support wanted to go Valk, but we needed more of a front line. I can see that.
The problem is, if you had gone Vel'Koz, they literally just needed to build MR and your team is dead. They just needed to build MR that game and your team is dead. Like I told Howling at the beginning, you can go and watch the VOD. I was like, that LeBlanc gets unleashed, that Lux gets unleashed. You don't even need to worry about AD damage. What
Right.
you needed to worry about with your comp is you as the jungler, the top and the mid laner. Since y'all were 3 AP, that you needed to get an early lead and smash with it, because otherwise, or if you guys want to do the double AP, then you have to go an AD jungler. Why? Because normally, here's the thing: if I'm a top laner or if I'm a mid laner and I'm sitting there, my lane opponent is AP. And the jungler is AP, all I gotta do is build Merc Treads, which Malphite did, and that's a lot of your damage negated. But, or in his case, I would have said Spectre's Cowl, for example, against Rumble. A lot of
Right.
damage would have been negated, but you come in as an AD jungler, and yeah, Rumble ain't doing that much damage, but you can be slicing through him like a knife through like a hot knife through butter.
That's true. That's true. And people said we expected Valkaz. That's why. That's what we wanted. They wanted Valkaz, and that's why they wanted him to go Valkaz. They were trying to ban all the other supports to force him onto Valkaz. So because they knew they could just build him R and beat him. So, I mean, that's a smart strategy. That's a
True, but
smart
the Vel'Koz is also true damage. We gotta remember that. He gets 3 stacks of that passive, and he's just gonna melt your health bars.
Right, but I mean, let's say it plays out the same exact way with Valkaz. He didn't even get a chance to. Brum spent so much time. Like, I know it's his job, but he's
Pulling up the door trying to keep Jinx alive, but
just trying to keep Jinx alive. So that way he couldn't get deep wards. He couldn't ward as deeply as he wanted to. So he didn't see the Kayn or any jungle coming. Like when you're behind in a deficit, that's the things you want to do as a support. Trust me, I know. I'm behind. I want to see everything that's coming because I don't want to get surprised by anything at all because I know, all right. So I know that now that we're behind, they're ahead and their jungler is going to want to play off the lane that's ahead to get himself ahead so he can go ahead and snowball every other lane. You see what I'm saying? So now as a support, all I want to do is see where everybody's coming from. I don't want no surprises.
yeah, like bot lane didn't have. Either side didn't have wards till like 7 minutes into the game.
But that's why.
And as for like ADC wise, you see that they're picking Draven. You see there's a LeBlanc. You see there's a Lux. Please tell me you can play Xayah.
Dang.
You get engaged on.
Dang.
Oh,
Yo, you needed a way out. Yeah, that's a good point.
Xayah is one of the stronger picks currently in the meta because of the buffs to like Essence Reaver and shit.
Yeah.
And she can self peel, or even Tristana. LeBlanc tries to come in on Tristana. You just ult her away
Right.
and jump away.
I felt like instead of a Jinx, they could have maybe used a Nope because their early game was too bad.
Early game Jinx against a Draven, you are gonna get you are asking to get steamrolled every time.
Jesus.
Jinx is well. Let's just be honest. From a scaling standpoint, Jinx is not good till about 2 to 3 items in, as they used to say in like season 3 and stuff. A power trough. Same with like.
Oh,
Marksman.
so that's why you banned Kai'Sa. So the Kai'Sa ban came in because Jinx is mostly the Jinx normally play Kai'Sa a lot.
I still wouldn't take Kai'Sa into Draven.
See? And they get it. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to
Exactly.
scout and go, what are you comfortable with? We're banning all of that. Everything you're comfortable with, we're banning all of it. Like if you were to play me and look at my game history, if you don't ban Nautilus, you're stupid. That's all. That's the only champion I played. I started picking up other support roles because I'm like, man, I know that when I start playing, this is the one champ that they're gonna ban. They're gonna ban Nautilus because they're gonna see that I have 200, 300 games on this one fucking champ.
I'm gonna just be honest. I didn't get my lease in until like the last week of playoffs.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what you do.
And Howling had seen why they
Yo!
didn't let me get my lease in.
Nah. If I ever play you, I'm banning it too. Swear to God, I see your name in the chat anywhere, I'm banning it.
He's stealing.
Oh, Lord. Because you be stealing, boy. You be stealing. But yes, it was an exciting game overall. Against all odds, let me say this to you. You did not do bad this game. You guys did great. What you need to work on is figuring out, hey, if they want to play early game, how do we stop them? You did a very good job of playing from behind. But the whole point of League of Legends is not to get too far behind, so that way you can just catch right back up. But you did good at playing from behind, and I want to give you your credit where your credit is due. When Abusement Park made mistakes in the first game, you capitalized. They didn't learn their lesson from that first game and was like, nah, we're not making that same mistake again. We want them dead. And they got you dead. But, brothers and sisters of, I don't know if there's any sisters on your team against all odds, but all I'm saying is, you guys did great. You have to figure out how to stop an early game champion, or ban them away. So, that's all I gotta say to you. You either gotta do one or the other. You either go, I don't want to deal with nothing early game, and enforce them to play at the time frame you want them to play on, or figure out, okay, if we do go against the Draven, watch the VOD. What could we have done to stop the bleeding? What could we have done to pull this, stop that, get this, kill that, cut that out? There's so much things you could have done. Like, for example, bot lane. Why didn't you rotate? Why didn't you rotate? You died in the bottom lane. Rotate. Take a move. Somebody take a breather. You weren't coming.
That just reminded me. Is the Kane still in here? I hope he's still in here.
Yeah.
You're early clear. I have one thing to say to you. If you are going to go the Raptor Red Krugs route, then you best be planning to gank bot lane. Otherwise. Because you wasted a few precious seconds that you could have been already on your blue side. You know, again, had that Silas not died to red buff, you on that crab would have been a different story with how low you were.
Right?
So if you're not planning on ganking bot lane, here is a safe and quick, efficient path for you. Start red, and this is for both of you that play Kane. Start red with a leash from bot lane, take E second, dash through the walls so you get health back, get your Krugs. By that time, as soon as you're done with your Krugs, your E's going to be off cooldown again. Go to Raptors. And from Raptors, you can transition to your top side. That's if you're not planning on ganking bot lane. The thing is, if you're gonna clear, you're better off taking E for the extra health and mobility. And this is both of you. But I'm just saying that in the second game, Luke, when you played Kane, after you finished Krugs, you had to wrap around. That takes about 10 seconds, I think, to get, because you didn't even use your E. That's the other thing. You didn't use your E and you were level 3.
The plan was to gank bot. It just didn't pan out. Now, I know why it didn't pan out.
Because Draven and Lux were pushing in.
Pushed. They was always pushed up.
And so in that case, then you take the red buff leash, because you know it's a Draven Lux. You know it's probably going to be a pushing lane. You take the bot lane leash on red. You do the Krugs. You do Raptors. And then you head to the top side of the map. Instead of wasting time and losing a lot of health.
Exactly. Nah, we know, because we said it in the VOD. You'll listen to it when you hear us, that one of the things was they were always